I'm just curious because I know I was watching a lot of sports channels yesterday or whatever, and they were saying like this might be like the last chance for Udoka. I mean, Ime, because of the things that he just did this season, I should say. But I mean, I don't really. I'm just to get to my point. All I'm pretty much trying to say is I just don't feel like this should be his last chance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he should definitely be able to get another chance. Yes, the man he messed up, but he should definitely still get another chance. But I just don't understand why Boston's suspending him instead of allowing him to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's just pretty much like you putting him in timeout. You know what I'm saying?
Or
And
not even just fire him.
right, you know what I'm saying? Just fire him. If it was that bad of a source, and then it's like I don't know. I just feel like the way that the organization is handling the whole situation, though, it's just beyond me, man. And just to go back to what I was saying with him getting another chance, Joe, this is his second chance too. You know what I'm saying? If he can get a second chance, I don't see why he can't. I mean, he can't get a second chance. I mean, I know it's kind of a different circumstances, but I mean, his is a little bit steeper than having sex with somebody, but. I guess, at the end of the day, everybody deserves a chance. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm right. And that's the thing. I don't want to speculate because I'm sure more is going to come out from this. But, like, there has to be more. It can't just be he had consensual relationships with someone on the team. You can't, like, that. There's no way that's it. Like, if it is, man, this is some borderline Calvin Ridley type stuff. Like, really? A season? For that, like, what are you talking about?
Right. Yeah.
Like, so that's why I'm waiting to, this for me has to do with like, where does this leave the Celtics more than like what really happened? Because I already know, like, the second I speculate, it's going to turn out to be something completely different.
Yeah. I mean, you make a great point, and like I was like watching a lot of these TV stations, and a lot of these, it was mostly black men reporters, made the point of, this ain't news. It's been happening. Why are you trying to, like, make him the poster child for something that's been happening forever?
it's just here so happily just got to the media. That's all it is.
Well, did it get to the media or did they put it out there?
Well, true. And that's what I'm saying. Going back to the organization, how they handle it. I mean, between the team, the staff, between the players, the staff, and, coaches, it's just that miscommunication. You can't have that right now, especially just off the type of season y'all just had. So, I mean, like John said, it's got to be a lot more to the situation if they saying that supposedly a player snitch. So, I mean, it's just I'm sure a lot more is going to come out, but I'm sure a lot is going to stay in as well. So, I mean, we're never really going to find out what really happened, unless Ime and the lady or whatever actually tells us exactly what happened, I should say.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I don't really know when they were supposed to release it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point we're going to notice he's not coaching the Celtics. So, like, I don't know when, but now there's a lot of speculation. Maybe his team, Udoka's team, released this to get out ahead of it or something, or the Celtics. Who knows who released it? But
why release it? That's my question, though. Like,
well, I mean, you had to eventually. I mean, we were gonna.
I would like Nico just said. This like Nico just said. This has been going on for years, and I won't say nobody really.
I'm not talking about. I'm like why they suspended him. That's I don't know why they suspended him. I'm not, but I'm saying like eventually we were gonna find out that he was suspended.
You really could have handled that on the low, honestly. You could have handled it on the low. Now I don't know what happened to where they had to put it out there, but I mean, you hear about this stuff all the time, but you also hear about, he divorced his wife, or you could have just said you're moving on from him, or something. You didn't have to put all the man business out there, because at the end of it, go ahead.
No, and I'm just saying, I was just going kind of like feeding off what you're saying. I wonder if would they have really put this out if it was like, if it wasn't for it being like the VP's wife, like would they have put it out if it was like maybe just him him sleeping with a janitor lady or something, or you know what I'm saying, some type of manager or something. You feel me? So it's just like I'm just wondering if it's get this amount of clout because of the fact of who it was and who the wife was to the team, I should say.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's just going on. Like I said, we're just gonna have to hear out, day by day, listen to what's gonna come out. So,
I really think this is one of them things you will never really know what happened. You just gotta hope. We hope he would come out and say something, but 9 times out of 10, he probably won't.
I mean, yeah, if he's already accepted the suspension and everything, like,
yeah, he's taking everything to the grave.
I mean, because you talking about Mike Evans earlier, this guy's he's fighting his suspension, right? Like, that's normal. Even though we all saw him on TV come off the sideline and deck a dude's blindside, he's still like, I'm still fighting it, even though everyone knows.
Like, I know I snaked him, but
right. So that makes you think that there's got to be more.
Was in my right? Wow.
That's why it makes you think there's got to be more to it if he's already accepted this suspension without it, So I don't know, man. But we'll see because based on what they've said so far, he has to get a second chance in this league. I mean, there's no way he doesn't based on what they've said.
Hypothetically, right? If they won that championship, do you think they treat this situation differently?
That's another good question too.
I have another question for you.
That's actually, a good question. That's a great question.
They're saying that he was suspended a month or two ago,
and you get suspended a month or two. Oh well, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, what'd you say?
No, I was saying you ain't even in season. I ain't get suspended, and you're not in season.
No, but I'm saying they said that he's actually got suspended like a month or two ago.
And it's just not coming out that he's suspended.
Right. Really? And they also said it took them some time to investigate it. So it kind of makes me wonder if they actually didn't know about this when the finals were going on. Like how long ago this was, and like they just didn't want to suspend him during the finals or something. Like that, honestly, I'm starting to wonder like how long ago this actually happened. I mean, if they knew about this during the finals last year, like so. For me, like if that's the case, if the Celtics were like, hey, we're gonna ride this out and go to the finals and not say nothing until after the finals, then there's speculation that listen, if you knew a guy was breaking a rule that you guys set or made, it doesn't matter who made the rule, but I feel like you are somehow liable too then because whatever. So yeah, I agree. There's a lot of questions we got.
Yeah, that's a great question. And they did just say that Nia Long finally broke her silence about everything. I mean, she didn't really say too much about it because of course I feel like she's more of the private person. She doesn't want to keep her business is already out there, but she didn't want to try to keep to herself as much as possible. But she just pretty much just want to focus on her kids, and that's all she cares about right now. So
that's the one person I will speculate about. Like, that's a bummer in her situation. This whole thing is a bummer for her situation, man. Because I mean, they're talking about this lady was the one who helped make, like, she was in charge of like making travel plan stuff, including Nia Long's travel plans. So like, this lady, while sleeping with him, was making travel plans for Nia Long to move.
I hope they wasn't doing it during their time, man. So.
That's what they're saying though.
I'm hoping it was like maybe afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm hoping he wasn't, hitting it. And it was like, what, make sure my wife is on the next flight type shit. You feel me? So I was about to say, if something like that happened, he a bold dude for that, man.
But to Nico's point, like this is a story because this guy is a star, man. Like he is. He was the coach of the Celtics or the Nets, comes back, beats his team, sweeps them with Kevin Durant the next year, goes to the finals with a team that, Brad was trying to couldn't break that barrier into the finals for 8 years or something. I forget. Like this guy's a star. That's why it's a story. And there's a point where you can think I'm untouchable. I can just do whatever I want. But I'm hoping, man, like it's nothing too crazy. I'm hoping it's just some legal BS that they got going on that whatever, and we can figure this out. But
I hope everything work out for him. Please, next time, do not stick your where you work, bro. Please, man. Come on, man. You got to be smarter than that, G.
Yeah.
If that really is it, though, I think that's a stupid rule, personally.
Right.
For a year suspension, like if it's just him, sleeping with women in the office, I feel a year suspension is over the top, personally, but my opinion.